pretty Big Brother's bit on the side. Much like Razor snoring, we are loud, annoying, and we keep you up at night. I like you lot today. On tonight's show, we're hoping for the truth about this. The whole truth about this. And nothing but the truth about this.
You know who it looked like? Jodie Marsh.
So help me God. We have a great panel tonight. The return of a bit on the side favourite. For once, she's under strict instructions not to ravish the flesh of our male production staff, much to their disappointment. Say hello, hello to Vicky Michelle. My next guest is vivacious and bubbly, isn't afraid to speak her mind, and hails from Blackburn. Fear not, we have not booked Jamie's wildcard Becky Hannon. It's the gorgeous TV presenter, AJ Dudu. And finally, by the looks of things, Heidi and Spencer aren't the only ones who have been locked away in a dark, damp, dirty basement for a week. Oh, that's how his hair's meant to look. Awkward. Jamie East! Okay, shall we crack on with tonight's show? Shall we have a little chat about it, shall we? There's so much to talk about. Oh, thanks. Vicky, were you surprised to see Spidey and Lacey up there for eviction, potential eviction, with Rylan and Claire?
No.
In a word, no.
No.
Spidey, you probably would have assumed would be there, but what about Lacey?
Lacey, I think probably all the other girls have bonded more. They're a different age group, so I think Lacey would have been up for it. I think that
she's on her own in there, isn't she?
She is. She really is. She hasn't got any young ones and I think they all love her. I don't think it's done for any vicious reason. Just the fact that she's not actually fitting in now with everyone
I can't believe Ryan wasn't nominated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we get into that in a little while.
Oh, sorry.
Slow down, AJ, slow down. AJ, would you prefer to see just Rylan and Claire up and just have two people, or are you happy that we have more choice with four?
Two people. I agree. Why did they have to do that? Because, like, Claire and Rylan, you know, sigh of relief.
Please say Claire again for me, because I love her.
All right, you started, Avrin.
No,
you started.
Seriously, that's my favourite announcement of Claire I've ever heard.
Don't fight with a girl from Blackburn.
No, I'm not. I'm genuine.
Yeah, and that's how I genuinely say Claire's name. And her and Rylan, sigh of relief. Now that I feel like they feel, they're a little bit safe. But no. You should have just left it like that.
They would have, if it had just been the two of them, I think it would have been quite a shift in the house once one of them had gone. Jamie, how do you feel about it?
I think it's good. I'll tell you why. All the moaners, whenever there are certain types of housemates up for eviction, are moaning because we miss out on certain other ones. This eviction, or these people up for nomination, there's something there for everybody. You've got people that hate Spidey. You've got people that think that we give too much airtime to Rylan. You've got the people that think that Lacey's too Z-list to be in there. And you think that Claire's too, I don't know, moany. So there is something there for everybody. So there's no moany. So it'll be really interesting.
So it's good to have
see
the
which
variety.
goes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I think it is because generally we normally only have two. So I think it's nice to kind of throw the field open.
Well,
it would have been unfair for them.
It's the perfect halfway point eviction because it will really, no matter who go. Well, maybe Lacey. If
not being horrible.
But she won't affect the dynamic.
Lacey won't affect anything in the house if she goes, whereas the other three, I think, probably will. Lacey, as we know, got lots of nominations. Razor nominated her for burping and swearing. Was I the only person that was shocked by his reason? Yeah. I know you'll have something to say, Lacey.
Hello, darling. They couldn't think of anything else to say, so they had to go and say about her swearing and all that.
Is it a case of pot and kettle, do you think?
Oh, come on now. He keeps opening his legs. It's not a very good view.
Well, it depends what you like. Some people will enjoy the view of Razor's
spaghetti meatballs.
Let's move on. There was an interesting nomination from Claire for Lacey. Let's have a quick reminder.
My second nomination is Lacey. There was just one thing she said the other day. I thought she was upset or had a little bit of an argument with Sam, and as she walked out the room, I thought I heard her say, "I don't give a shit, you wanker." So I went after her, thinking she was upset, and what she'd actually said is, "I'm going for a shit." And I just thought it just seemed a little bit crude.
Okay, so AJ, my question to you is this possibly the best reason for a nomination ever?
Hell to the yes. This is brilliant. But, well, actually, no, I take it back. To my answer back immediately. I think because of what's recently gone on in the house, everyone is now scared that Big Brother is going to show each housemate the reason as to why each person's getting nominated. And so every single person went in there with a pants reason, like, oh, didn't wash up, oh, snores, oh, boring.
This girl needs to be on more because you are still... Now, Spidey reckon that the women have nominated Lacey because of her age. Vicky, we touched on this earlier on, but do you think that was a justified reason?
No, I don't think it's because of her age. I think she just, well, it is because of her age. But the other girls have bonded. But I don't think it's a bullying sort of thing. They're not picking on her. It's just that she is basically the odd one out.
Yeah.
And if you're
the thing is, though, you should be able. You can be that age and mix with people who are older. So
I mean, it's like Sam should have done that as well. I mean, they should have mixed in, and I think he didn't, and she hasn't, and it's a shame because we need some young ones in there.
But the problem is they don't have the ability to interact with old people.
Well, yeah, but some kids do. I mean,
some people do.
And I
but
think she has interacted with them. I think they're saying, oh, she doesn't pick up after herself. She doesn't tidy up, and that can get aggravating. You know, if you're living with someone.
And it is something I think that you find annoying as you get older.
Yeah, and
I used to be really messy, but as I get older,
and
now I've got kids, I'm like, come on, tidy up.
Yeah, it's true, but all kids are messy. But, you know, if you've got to live with that and everyone's tidying up, it's not just the fact of her age, it's the fact that she's messy. One of the others might have been, Trisha might have been messy, and we'd have to clear up after her. So I think that was a valid reason as well.
OK, so nominations this week. Toadie, he was nominated last week. This week, didn't receive anything. Not one. Where has the turnaround come, do you think, Vicky, in this? Why are people not nominating him now?
I don't know. I think he just went under the radar for this one because... I think he quite deserves to. He deserves to be put up for it. But he's just kept a low profile with this.
There was too much other good stuff going on. I think he managed to slip
and
under the radar
he's managed to slip under. And I think they've gone for Lacey rather than him. But I mean, Toadie. I mean, he's
well, he is kind of more. I mean, he's still kind of. We saw him talk tonight with her about slightly being on their own, but he's more integrated with them than she is.
Yes, of course. But also he's nominated Razor.
Well, this brings me on to my next question. Were you surprised by that, Jay, that he nominated Razor?
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I think Ryan is a lot more tactical and kind of eager to win than we originally thought. Even I originally thought. When I met him beforehand, he seemed just kind of happy to be there and kind of really up for the challenge and the fun of it. But as time goes on, he's actually got, you know, he's starting to play. He reminds me a bit of Aaron.
Yeah. Oh! You haven't just mentioned the big A on this show, have you? What are you guys making of Toadie?
I said that last time, Emma. I think he's
a
dark horse, you know, and actually, especially what Jamie said, I totally agree, because I think he plays all very, like, to get on well with everybody, but actually he's the biggest player in there, and he's actually playing the game pretty well. And I think we've seen it, like, I think recently we've seen him come out a bit more as well, haven't we?
But I think we're the only ones seeing it. I think in the house, he's kind of, everyone thinks he's a great guy, but what we're seeing is a slightly different picture, I think.
Oh, definitely.
I don't like him now, and I'm so upset. I loved Neighbours, absolutely, 100%. And he went in there, and genuinely, I was like, oh my word, it's Toadie, Toadfish. I'm so starstruck. I'd be so starstruck if I met him. And now, just lost his powers. He lost his powers as soon as
But he stabbed his friends in the back, didn't he?
OK, last thing we have to mention, we're not going to have any questions on it because we're out of time, but I just have to say, are you all with me? The electric shock suits were back and it was brilliant. Still to come, all the housemates get excited about snow in the Big Brother garden. Well, almost all of them. In the meantime, Wednesday night, we'll see a kinky Big Brother four-way. Who goes? You decide. Yeah, you decide. Here are all the numbers you need to save your fave. This week, Claire, Heidi and Spencer, Lacey and Rylan all face a public vote. Who stays? You decide. From a landline, call 090 20 50 58 and add the number of the housemate. From a mobile, call 650 58 and add the number of the housemate. For Claire, add 01. For Heidi and Spencer, add 04. For Lacey, add 05. For Rylan, add 09. Mobile and BT landline votes cost 35p. Other landlines may vary. Voting closed in Wednesday's eviction show. Votes cast after the lines close won't count, but you may still be charged. For full terms, go to channel5.com/bbvote. On the side. You are so bootylicious. Beyonce must have been talking about you. I want to touch that booty. It was actually a little bit wobbly. Here is a little clip with exclusive written all over it.
Oi, some good snowflakes now.
Yes.
Oh, look, it's snowing.
Oh, the kids love it.
I told you
guys the temperature dropped like crazy.
Well, I think it might be because I was stood there.
It's Christmas!
Shoulder right.
I bet it's fake snow. Big Brother's like got a snow machine on the roof.
I think everything's fake now.
It even looks fake.
What does that say?
I love Heidi, but...
H-E-I-E-D-I?
That was my D.
Oh, that's a D? H-E-I-D-I? Got it. Thanks, honey.
And I'll redo it when it covers up.
That's good.
Yeah, fake snow. Right. Okay, so today marks the halfway point of this series. Are the celebrities finally getting used to life in the Big Brother house? Of course they're not. Here with her expert opinion is Dr. Pam Spur. So Pam, okay, let's start with Lacey. We've seen a little bit more of her recently. As we mentioned earlier on, she said that she feels like she doesn't fit into the cliques in the house. So was it only a matter of time before she went up for eviction?
Well, we can look at this in terms of social value, and that's about your desirability within the house, how other housemates see you in terms of what you give to the house and what you take away. So the higher the noms, you know, the more noms you get, the lower your social value. So she was seen to not give enough. She seemed to sort of take away more with being noisy, being youthful, you know, her exuberance, and kind of being untidy. But you can also get an issue with low social value with conflict, as Spidey have found, because they've had all their noms through their conflict. And same as, say, Luke Anderson last summer in this series, where the insiders had lots of conflict with him, nominated him, but of course he went on to win and have the last laugh. So just because you get lots of nominations, you never know which way it's going to go.
Okay, she has, she's not a wallflower. We thought she might be quite quiet, didn't we? And she does kind of make a noise. However, she's not always heard, is she? Let's have a look at this clip.
I've just learned a massive life lesson anyway.
What's happened there? I won't listen. What happened?
Life lesson is that...
Don't talk about people behind the back.
No, yeah. No, do you know what it is? Because I'm really not that sort of person.
The
Like,
thing was,
my
listen,
friends
half
do,
of
I
it,
don't
half
really
of
do
it, they're going to say was in jest. It weren't cutting, it weren't...
No, but
I know what I said.
Yeah.
Now he thinks something
I
different.
didn't think I said anything too.
Too bad. Life goes on, eh?
So what was going on there, Pam?
Well, what happens is, the thing is, even during, say, Spideygate, where she had some words of wisdom, said, calm down, you know, people should forgive and forget, people ignored her. And here again, it's a key sign that she's so low in the hierarchy that, you know, Razor gives her lip service and then turns away and goes right back to his conversation with Ryan. And when you think about, say, human hierarchy, it's just like a chimp hierarchy. And she's kind of that little playful chimp who kind of comes around, puts her nose into their business, tries to get attention. They kind of bat her away and don't give her that kudos.
That makes me feel really sorry for her. We've seen her gravitate towards Heidi slightly and try and make a friendship there. Is that something that you think will happen? I mean, what's happening?
Well, it's interesting that there's tentative bonding, as it's called, because it's a kind of fragile bond where it can go either way. It can be broken in one crisis or it can be strengthened. And it stayed tentative. As soon as Heidi gave her that attention over sort of Sam and what it's like to have your first love, and that, you know, of course, that Lacey will find the man for her, it was almost like this big sisterly sort of vibe she had. And it made Lacey feel really good about herself. So there was that tentative bonding that happened. So, you know, that's kind of the way it stayed there. It's not really deepened since that time.
Okay, on her questionnaire, she gave herself 1 out of 10 for the likelihood of nominating friends, yet she still nominated them. So do you think she was just following the pack? Is it a genuine like for Heidi?
I don't think she was following the pack. I think she likes Heidi, but when she sees what happened with Spidygate, she really didn't like that sort of conflict. Lacey's shown she tends to retreat from conflict, and then we'll have her say, like, you know, throwing in her words of wisdom. So I think she genuinely nominated them because she's thinking they cause ructions in the house, and she wants a peaceful house.
Okay, we saw them tonight. Telling, and we talked about this earlier on, telling Lacey why they think everybody nominated her, and that's because of her youth. Do you think they're trying to plant seeds in her mind to doubt everybody else so that she goes over to their corner?
Oh, absolutely, because it's just not the case with the older women. I absolutely agree with Vicky, who was saying earlier, you know, it's much more about her being on her own. She sort of was flirting with Sam a bit. Nothing happened there. She never really attached to the, you know, Gillian and Trisha and Claire. So it's easy for Spidey to try and plant those seeds to try and get her on board if they both stay.
Okay. Now, speaking of Spidey, the housemates criticised them for not being intimate. Yet today, we saw Spencer more sexual than ever, appreciating the booty of Heidi. So, what's going on? Are they trying to prove a point? Is it, you know, 2 days ago, we had barely seen them kiss. Now, we've seen them hugging each other all the time, kissing, saying, Beyonce was talking about you, you know, with your booty. What's going on?
Well, first I've got to say, he is not a natural sex machine like our Jamie East, is he? You know, so it's like, you know, when you see
don't feed his ego anymore.
Testify.
When you
Testify.
see, you know, Spencer's body language when he does that line, it's really a throwaway line. But when you see them, when
so you don't think there's any?
I don't think there's a big
meaningfulness in it.
No. I think they've got much more of an affectionate bond. You know, when Heidi then came and sat on his lap and they were cuddled up, it looked incredibly natural, very good body language in harmony, but not the sexy stuff he was doing. I think that was very much for show. The affection between them is not for show. That's real.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no doubt there is a lot of love there. And they've known each other for a long time. So I suppose
absolutely
it always happens, doesn't it? Time goes by, you don't smooch as much anymore. No more sex. And finally, let's talk about nominations. We saw Claire and Ryan nominate Spidey for not cleaning up. Are these legitimate reasons, or are they hiding behind these reasons, do you think?
Oh, I think sometimes with things like sleep and snoring, so sleep deprivation is really crucial. So those reasons tend to be genuine. But when you looked at, say, Ryan and Claire's body language in the diary room, both of them were doing self-comfort behaviors as they talked about their nomination for Spidey. So it seemed like they were not happy with what they're saying. She was sort of fiddling around under her hoodie, kind of rubbing her hands. He was rubbing his wrist and kind of self-comforting as he sort of soothed himself through saying something that really wasn't that meaningful.
And Ryan's normally quite confident, isn't he, when he's speaking? He always seems to, you know, be very straight-talking and just kind of there.
Absolutely. And when he gave his nomination for Razor, he had played out all the different snoring scenarios with Razor. It was hilarious. It was very natural.
They were great impersonations.
Yeah, his hands automatically came down on his lap. He was very relaxed. There was none of that kind of stuff when he was doing this. And I really think he had a kind of fear reaction during Spidygate. And although he used sort of humor to deflect his anxiety, you could see in his sort of facial expression, there was a lot of anxiety about that. And he kind of carried that into the diary room for his nomination. And so he gave that kind of gentle fake one because he doesn't want to come into conflict with them again, that's for sure.
Pam, thank you so much. Pam Spare, everybody. So, Claire, Lacey, Rylan and Spidey all face the public vote. Now, luckily for them, Big Brother's a test of popularity and not intelligence. Here is what happened when they attempted the bit on the side general knowledge quiz.
Who contested the Battle of Waterloo?
I'm not even sure what that means. So I would think some French, maybe?
It was either Nelson or Napoleon.
Contested means contestant. Like goes against it, innit?
I don't know. Winston Churchill?
It's on the column.
He's a Prime Minister.
Nelson or Beethoven?
Bournemouth is which English country?
Country.
County.
County.
Hertfordshire.
County of Boars.
Hey, we drove through that.
And Ham.
It's near the M25.
And Wood.
According to Cockney rhyming slang,
What should you do if you were Hank Marvin?
you're starving, of course. You'd have something to eat.
Starving, you need to eat.
Hank Marvin means starving, so you should go and have a burger or a pie mash.
Hang out with Marvin Gaye.
Who said the unexamined life is not worth living?
A liar.
Shakespeare. He says a lot of things. Said.
Emma Willis.
Someone like Einstein. Einstein?
A cocktail containing champagne and absinthe is called a what?
Well, I should know this, but...
A bad hangover.
Is it Bellini?
I don't know. I don't know that one, actually.
Fucking hangover, that's what that's called.
In the UK, who is the current Chancellor of the Exchequer?
Exchequer?
In the UK, who is the current Chancellor? I'm not even going to fucking answer that.
The Queen.
Jack Chirac.
I want to say Ed Balls.
He's someone that's obviously with Tories, and I think his name's Alex something.
William Hague.
What is the average price of a semi-detached house in Middlesbrough?
65 grand.
£95,000.
250,000?
Overpriced.
Middlesbrough.
Every month, a well-known female celebrity gets a salary.
Assume last year she had no money.
She spends half her money on tanning products. Sounds about right.
Well, after all that, she has £7,771.
Okay, every month, a well-known gets a salary.
That ain't right.
Last year, she had no money and kept it up.
Well, if you're going on last year, she hasn't got any money.
She spends half her money on tanning.
If that's half, and 2/4 is a half, but a third is bigger than a quarter, well, she's got fuck all.
How much does she earn every month?
I don't know.
How the fuck she's got that, I don't know, but I want to bank with that bank.
I'd say,
Is that right? Am I right? Am I right?
I have absolutely no idea. I'm not even going to try.
Well, if she had no money to begin with, then she has £7,777 at the end. She's Danica.
Much like Ryan after his makeover, we are a bit tacky, a bit gaudy, but strangely very attractive. Yes, we are. So it's fair to say that this year, as ever, some housemates have made a bigger impression than others. And as today is the halfway point, we thought we'd talk... sorry, no, we didn't. We thought we'd take a good look at the overlooked, i.e. Frankie, Gillian and Trisha. They promised oh so much.
What role do you think you're going to play in the Celebrity Big Brother house?
Well, I think I'm probably the oldest. I'm not a bit. I should probably go around and hit them all with frying pans or something like that.
I could easily kick off. I've got a really bad temper on me.
I'm not a diva at all.
No idea.
Don't get me going now.
I'm just going to go in.
Yeah, try to be myself.
Just be myself.
Be me.
I'm just dead easy going. What you see is what you get with me.
When they strip you off of everything,
I definitely won't be getting me knockers out.
you become a different person, so who knows? Wow.
What?
Probably mum.
Mum, you're going to be the mum of the house?
That would be nice, yes.
Probably get people's nerves.
Do my head in.
You need to be nasty.
Come on!
You need to be argumentative.
Whoa!
Occasionally abusive.
What are you laughing at?
You see on Big Brother.
You messed with me. You've had it.
Not one single nomination today for Gillian, Frankie or Trisha. Jamie, are these three going to sneak straight through to the final?
I think they're the silent farts of this year, I think.
What a way to describe them.
I think two of them. We usually have a couple of them that end up in the final somehow.
So who of the three do you think won't sneak through?
I I'm not sure. I'm not sure Trisha's got it. I think,
Really?
yeah, I think Trisha will make it to the semis, maybe.
We saw Gillian tell you that she's in it to win it.
Yeah.
Vicky, do you think she's put in a winning performance?
Not at the moment. I mean, she's a lovely girl. I've known her for a long time, and she's fun usually. But she made a but she hasn't really come out of herself. I mean, she is a strong girl, and she's usually lots of fun. I think we will see more of Gillian. I think she'll come out. She seems to get very upset recently. I mean, she made a comment saying, oh, I have enough arguing at home with the husband.
Yes, when it was all kicking off.
When it was all kicking off, and that was a telling thing that.
She didn't want to get involved. She wants to be there for fun and stay away from all the
arguments with her husband.
When she did her questionnaire for Bit on the Side, she described herself as crazy, mad, weird, and manic. Do you think that's what we've seen, AJ?
No, we've seen absolutely nothing. I mean, honestly, I thought brilliant. From EastEnders, the very least she's going to do is create a bit of an East End environment. Yeah, I want a cliffhanger, like something, a bacon butty, absolutely anything. She's giving me zero.
What are you guys making of her?
I think that she's too quiet. I mean, fair enough, there are some big characters this year in the house, but she needs to push through. She's an older lady. She's going to have more knowledge than some of the younger ones. We need to see more of her character come out.
We've watched way too much Spidey Vision over the last couple of episodes, and I think that had we not have had Spidey and all these other characters in the house that are really big, we might see more of Gillian, I think.
No.
Okay, let's, to be fair to all three of them, let's move on to Frankie. Now, he wanted to involve himself in everything at the beginning, but we've seen not very much for quite a few days. So what do you think has changed, Vicky?
He's really quiet. He's gone very quiet. I don't know. Because he's Italian, he's got a big personality. Well, usually a big personality.
And a lot of promise in the beginning.
And a lot of promise. And I know, of him, people that talk about him and say he's really fun, he's great. But he seems to have just sort of gone into his shell and avoided any confrontation, hidden away from things. And being Italian, sometimes they don't mind confrontation. But I really do think he needs to pull it out of the bag now.
As we say, he showed a lot of promise in the beginning. When he was down in the basement, he sent Spidey upstairs instead of Razor when everybody wanted Razor to be there. So do we want to see more of the early Frankie again?
He's so boring at the moment. I don't even know if he's still in there. That's the way I feel about it.
I did see him sitting on the floor during the arguing the other day.
But he could do so much more. Involve himself. Get involved. Make a fool of himself. Do something. But he's doing nothing.
Okay, what were you saying?
Reminds me of a gnome. Just put him in the garden. How are we going to find him?
The laugh's back. And finally, let's move on to Trisha. She was very ballsy in her profile, VT.
Exactly.
What do you think happened to her, AJ? Because she's been quite chilled as well.
Well, Trisha, in my opinion, is more boring than Frankie, who, like, in terms of entertainment per second, I think he's actually a poor man Gino D'Acampo. He's really, really dull. And Trisha is below that. I think if she was up, she'd be the next one out.
What do you guys make of Trisha? She's Trisha Penrose.
Oh, come on. If she was to blink, nobody would know.
She had the potential to be the older, young character, but she's actually done nothing. And she will not be missed. She will not be missed if she goes.
I think we did expect feistiness from her, didn't we? And we kind of haven't.
Absolutely none of that. Yeah. She's done nothing since she's been in there. She hasn't even got into an argument or anything. She's stayed in the background all the time.
We have seen the fun side of her this evening when she did that little magic trick. I thought that was quite good. Does she have any more tricks up her sleeve?
Do you know what? Not everybody can be a big personality. If everybody in there was like a
it would just be doing your head in, wouldn't it, all the time?
So, I think Trisha's been coached by Denise as what not to do in the Big Brother house.
Because they're good friends, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really good friends, and I think she's probably very conscious of not getting absolutely shit-faced and getting her tits out.
I wanted to see that. That would be way better.
She
They've
was
got a
coming
hot
out.
tub, so who knows? It could happen.
She was playing about a bit when she was pretending to be on the door and things like that, so we saw a little bit of a different side. And if you look at her, she is a strong character. You can see that she is a strong character, but she just isn't letting go.
And we were only, I say we're only a week in, I know that's a third of the way through because we're only here for 3 weeks, but we have only had 2 evictions. There's still a lot of people in that house. So I think there is, Gracie, thank you all very much. That was wonderful. Now, I know that you lot have all been craving an exclusive clip of Ryland doing the hoovering. Don't say I never do anything for you.
Big Brother's provided housemates with a hoover and would suggest, Ryland, you get busy on the diary room. Get cracking.
I am.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? So, Trav, how'd you turn it on?
Look for the on button, Ryland. You'll know it's on because it'll make a sound. Come on, Ryland, get a move on. Housework doesn't do itself.
What?
Get a move on, Ryland. Housework doesn't do itself. It's pretty dirty, Ryland.
What?
It's pretty dirty in there, Ryland.
It is.
Get a move on. Mind the scenery, Ryan. You're like a bull in a china shop.
What?
Mind the scenery, Ryland. You're like a bull in a china shop.
Well, there's all branches everywhere. What? Did you say something?
Big Brother didn't say anything.
Oh.
Ryland,
What?
you've missed a bit.
Well, let me get on with it. Death Trap Hoover.
Big Brother's happy with your work, Ryland.
That's a bit better.
It's a bit better. It's a bit better, James. Yeah. Okay, it's post-room time. This is the moment of the week where we take off our presenter hats. Yeah, metaphorical hats.
Yeah.
And give our own answers and opinions to your rants and your raves. So, Jamie, what would you like to deal with first?
Well, and one of the many supportive tweets we've had this series has been the following from Shirley. Hi,
Okay.
Shirley. Channel 5 still not listening to the public. Down with shit on the side, up with the live feed.
Oh, Shirley, well, what a supportive message. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Shirls. I get hundreds of tweets about the live feed, and I'm sure...
Shit on the side?
Shit on the side.
How very dare you?
It's just so unimaginative. It's not even good. Come up with something better.
Good? It's not even good?
Good. So to finally put an end to it, I've gone right to the top of the hill, obviously, to get an answer once and for all about the live feed from Channel 5 executives.
You've got to speak to a Channel 5 executive.
Well, through a one-way mirror.
Okay.
Can I get a drum roll, please? With regards to the live feed, Channel 5 have opted to invest in other digital applications such as the website, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, mobiles and tablets, which reach more people than a live feed.
OK, so basically, there aren't enough people that want the live feed compared to how many people want to use different types of social media.
Correct. So shut up!
So please let that be an end to it. For the foreseeable future, there will be no live feed and there's nothing we can do about it. Next on the agenda are our audience members actors. Are you?
They were, we want our money back.
Now, Sam seemed to think so on Friday night, which whipped you lot up into a right old lather. So, as confirmation, Sam wanted you all to see this message.
Big Brother viewers, it's your wife's wet dream, Sam Robertson. On Friday night's live broadcast, I accused the audience members of being actors. When I watched the show, I was like, I wonder if they're all actors, and they all are actors, aren't they? Well, I can confirm that this is actually not the truth. They are, in fact, real people. So I apologise unreservedly for my accusations. Have fun.
Right, guys. Do you mind, Sam? We're rehearsing our lines.
So there you have it. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, they're all actors. Of course, we have enough money.
Sam as well.
Of course, we have enough money to pay an audience every night. Don't be silly.
It's true. And finally, hold the front page, Emma.
Yeah.
Spidey have been getting hot and steamy. Big Bro Sex Show. Apparently, Spidey enjoyed an X-rated sex session yesterday that was too steamy to broadcast. This has appeared on the front of a tabloid and an online newspaper article.
OK, so we had a crack team of researchers on the case and have matched the screen grabs in the article to the actual footage. Are you ready, United Kingdom, to see the Spidey romp?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Even the lights are off in the other bedroom.
Yeah, big
Thank you, big brother.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate that with a kiss.
We are home in the big brother's house. Yeah, 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 yeah. We're home in the big brother's house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go pee before we go to sleep.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Excuse me.
So there you go. I'm sorry, but that didn't look... Was that a sex romp?
Worst wank ever.
There was no sex romp as far as I can see.
Not that I could see. Money, 12 days.
There was no like...
12 days
duvet twitching going on, apart from this bit. And that could have just been tickling.
He might have a bit of a hair trigger, Em. You know, it happens to us all sometimes,
Okay,
you know. It was the drink.
That's enough excitement, please, for one show. Join us after the break for the latest news from the house, where Big Brother finally does something about those squatters in the basement. Welcome back to Big Brother's Bit on the Side. Now, the official warm-up show for Celebrity Wedding Planner. Don't worry, it's on again in about 15 minutes. In the meantime, here's today's news. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, Big Brother called Spidey to the diary room with big news.
Big Brother would like to know if you feel ready to fully return to the main house and to move out of the basement.
No way.
Absolutely not.
I hardly feel able to be in the house with these people.
Maybe when they're all gone and it's down to like 4 people.
You're reality stars, and surely you can understand that to participate, you need to fully engage in the programme. There is only 2 more nights in the house before you know whether the public will evict you, and there's only another 11 nights maximum before the end of the series. Do you not think that you could manage that within the main house?
Absolutely
not. We can barely sit in the living room with these people. It's like, oh my gosh. I don't know why you're asking us any questions. You're telling us what to do, so I guess, great. We're out of the basement, so end of the story. I expect nothing more from you people.
Big Brother has given you time and space in the basement.
Thank you so much. Awesome. We appreciate it. So.
Sarcastic little shit! So, no other option for Spidey, and I'm sure you lot at home will definitely have something to say about that. Later at 5:32, you know that machine in the corner of the house? Yeah. It came into action today! Big Bender!
You just...
Big Bender!
Wash it off. Where's your washing line? Yes, now we're talking.
Top jobs, mates.
Hello.
I'm Big Bender.
Hi, Big Bender. Big Bender. We've been waiting for you.
I have been watching you for the past 12 days.
Oh my God! No, you haven't.
It was an incredibly boring experience. I'm still curious as to the reasons you are here. What do you do?
I'm a glamour model.
Right,
You already
start
know
this
this,
as well.
Big Bender. Why are you asking me?
You have a nice rack, Lacey. But I have 5 racks. Hello, Spidey.
Oh,
Why are you called Spidey?
Because their names are Spencer and
Why
Ryan.
are you called Spidey?
You've got to answer it.
Why are you famous? Razor. Why do they call you Razor?
Because I'm sharp between the sheets.
Oh, I love him. Big Bender then went on to set the house a challenge. The housemates were split into 2 groups, with Claire and Ryan as captains. They then had 2 hours to prepare a song. Shall we take a look at the results?
I've got you and you've got me, so reach for the stars. And every mountain high, I've reached for the stars. Follow your heart's desire, reach for the stars. And when that rainbow's shining over you,
Burning love, burning soul inside of me. Burning love, I love that yearning does to me. Down I go, it just won't let me all alone. I really should be holding you, loving you.
Suppose I've seen that. That was incredible. And I can announce that Rylan won the task and his team got to pick their very own item from Big Bender to celebrate. Those are the headlines from today. That was amazing. Razor is hilarious. But who will be making the news tomorrow? Here are the details you need to save your fave. This week, Claire, Heidi and Spencer, Lacey and Rylan all face a public vote. Who stays? You decide. From a landline, call 090 20 50 58 and add the number of the housemate. From a mobile, call 650 58 and add the number of the housemate. For Claire, add 01. For Heidi and Spencer, add 04. For Lacey, add 05. For Rylan, add 09. Mobile and BT landline votes cost 35p. Other landlines may vary. Voting closed in Wednesday's eviction show. Votes cast after the lines close won't count, but you may still be charged. For full terms, go to channel5.com/bbvote. And there you go. Ian, nice to see you. Before we get on to the internet,
Okay.
hello, Vicky Michelle is in the camera runs.
Hello.
Hello.
They're all in the igloo.
Are they?
They're all in the igloo and being very chummy.
What's happening?
Spidey's in there.
Yeah?
The girls are getting drunk. Gillian and Trisha.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll see
Lace-
a livelier Trisha and Gillian
We
tonight,
might
then.
see a livelier Trisha. And I think they've completed their task. Ryan's been really quiet. He hasn't said hardly a thing. I think he might be just
Ryan or
coming into his
Rylan?
own now.
Rylan.
And I heard that earlier he tried to break into the vending machine, so he's been told off by Big Brother. So maybe that's why he's being a bit quiet.
Oh, maybe he's scared. Vicky, thank you very much.
That's
Keep
all right.
your eyes on them for
I will,
us.
but they seem to be getting on at the moment.
Okay, that's good.
Weirdly.
We need a bit of harmony for a little while.
Absolutely, maybe not.
Thank you. We'll speak to you in a bit.
All right, bye.
Ian, what you
Hello.
got for us? We've got a minute left.
Okay, well, as we just heard in the news, Spidey had been banished from the basement for good.
Good.
We broke that online earlier, and people are very happy. It's probably the most unanimous
I know. To be
opinion we've
honest,
ever had.
I don't think they should have been in there for 2 nights. I think they should only have got one
No,
night in
well,
there. Then they should have been
a
turned
lot
back
of
into the
people
house.
agree with you. Hayley Walsh-Child says, glad BB has put them back. If they don't want to be with the other housemates, send them home.
Get out.
And,
House or out the door?
And Triana Nolan Doyle says, what do you want, BB? A medal? Should never have been let down in there in the first place.
I can kind of understand the first night to diffuse the
Yeah,
situation,
they needed
but
to be
the second night
separated.
after that didn't need to happen.
Yeah.
You want questions, don't you?
Yes, send in questions for your nominees. You can do that on facebook.com/BigBrotherUK or on Twitter @BBUK. Questions for the nominated housemates, that's Rylan, Spidey, Claire and Lacey. And we'll be putting them to the housemates in the diary room tomorrow.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
You got anything else? You got about 5 seconds.
Jamie and Aaron are having a flame war on Twitter. Aaron and
Are
Morgan.
they?
It's
Let's
very
not
funny.
mention his name again.
Okay.
Right, that's all we have time for today. Thank you to all of my lovely guests. Stay tuned for guess what?
Is it Robot Wars?
No, it's Celebrity Wedding Planner. Join me tomorrow night when Sophie and Vicky from Geordie Shore will be here. I'll be on it like a car bonnet. See you tomorrow.
Why, man.